Keep it moving along, and moving along we shall.
All right, this is going to be very interesting. We got Reflection, Bayonetta or Joker, and we've got Zaphros with the tried and true Mario.
Now, I'm expecting the Joker. I know Reflection has been dabbling in a few other characters and brackets lately and hasn't been seeing the success that he was like on a hot streak for a while. The Joker was looking mighty fine. Yeah. Bayonetta coming out when it needs to. And it sort of took a bit of a dip. We got a big night tonight, so let's see if the Joker comes out to good effect, because fighting Zaphros relatively early on, like, this is a match that I wouldn't be surprised to see somewhere within our top 8, but given the fact that we have a lot of people in the house tonight, winners quarters is where it's calling home.
Yeah, this is stacked bracket today. I felt the energy in the air when it was coming around time for singles. I just saw the room was filled with people, and I was like, okay, I guess today's a big day.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the final count was like 73 or 74 players in bracket, which been a bit since we've had a bracket that large.
Yeah, I think it was back to the Ultimate Preludes. I think the first one was like 80-something entrants.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest one so far, at least at the meta venue here.
Yeah, barring the big stuff like Mind Over Meta or Alpha 4, like, crawling towards the hundreds is where we typically are, but big night tonight, big match ahead of us. Let's see how Zaphros and Reflection peels out as we start things off on Stadium.
Yeah, so as far as I know from this matchup, I know that this is tough for Mario. At beginning, you know, without Arsene, so Joker is at least a little bit more manageable to fight here, but as you start rising the percents, maybe you hit Rebel's Guard a couple times. The Arsene comes out, it might be a little bit too tough for Mario to contest here. That Tetrakarn is just insanely good at catching recoveries. His hitboxes are huge. They're almost like a sword disjoint almost, but it might not matter here, because if you got ladders, you might be killing.
Yeah, given the fact that these two see each other play often and fight each other a lot, that's what I want to see out of Zaphros. Seeing that the changes from what's expected of him, how a lot of people know a lot of his negative habits. If he can play around that, it makes a big deal.
Yeah, and as I was talking about, that Tetrakarn came out just to send Zaphros off stage a little bit too far to recover, and now we got Reflection on this lead here. And I like that little wait there to just wait out the Arsene and just reset. Sometimes you get a little bit too overzealous just to try and hit him, but I think the safe play there is just to wait on that Angel platform.
Yeah, like you brought up earlier, like the matchup just gets so much harder when Arsene is active because all of the moves just have so much more power behind them. You might as well play it out a little smarter when you have the option to.
All right. See, we forgot Reflection just really just throwing out these moves here, just spacing out Zaphros. Percent's rising because of that AHA too. It got nerfed, not too much, I would say. It's still a really great projectile just to keep a check on your opponent, and like if it could get hit, that percentage is going to be building up slowly in the background. Ooh, F smash off the neutral getup. That was definitely a ratchet option.
Yeah, it was a good enough call out though. Like going for those unexpected things are what we need to start seeing, because the damage is reliable enough. Hunting around for kills is the more dangerous aspect, because you're not going to see a lot of down air for hit confirm. You're not going to see fireball leading into stuff, because Reflection just has the answers.
Yeah, Joker especially has those answers here. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's looking pretty solidly in Reflection lead at the current moment. Just about to get this kill. That Arsene is almost online, so now you're definitely looking for the kill if you're Reflection.
One thing to note as far as this matchup goes is just as quickly as you can get Arsene out, you could just beat the Arsene right out of Joker as well. Yeah,
that's also another contention point where people were like, okay, how do you most effectively counter Arsene? Especially if you just got off a stock, and like the answer definitely varies for different people and their play styles. But if you're charging flood off stage, you're getting hit by that Eagle. Yeah. Eagle just such a good zoning option because it covers a similar enough trajectory as Fireball, but it's a lot more potent. Ooh, okay. As potent as that though, hot damn! Yeesh! Okay, he definitely was looking for that one there on the ledge. I'm not sure if Reflection was even expecting that. That was definitely a clutch play there from Zaphros to even this game up quickly. Yeah, that was exactly what he needed, because Joker can play so well with a lead, even a tiny lead, because the way that he builds up damage and stage control is so overwhelming. Yeah, Reflection has only gotten an Arsene per stock so far, but that might change with this one because that was an extremely good Rebels guard. I'm not sure if that was what Zaphros might have wanted off of that down tilt, but regardless, I mean, Arsene is live.
The fact that Iga covers that distance, that Flood pushes Reflection, is so unfortunate for Zaphros.
Yeah, now we're pretty much dead even here. The percents are pretty much locked at 60, and I'm kind of interested to see where this goes. The percent is going to be slowly building, and if he gets another Rebels guard like that, that could spell the end of Zaki's first game.
Yeah. At the same time, though, the fact that Arsene's already came and went as we reach into these mid-lane percentages is almost a good thing for Zaphros, because now they're on even ground while at kill percent. Or at least hit confirm into kill percent.
Yes,
then
there
you
we
get
go!
Back.
Very good adaptation there from Zaphros. He was hitting that a lot, and when he needed to, he waited for the timer to run out on that Rebels guard, and he just let that F smash loose. Reflection's not looking too happy about that one. He might have thought he had that one, but Zaphros proved him wrong. And now I'm interested to see what's going to happen next. That was a pretty close game. But I'm not sure, because usually Reflection kind of doubts himself in character picks sometimes, I would say.
I think the Joker was a fine pick, dude. He was just getting a little too comfortable with those call-outs. And Zaki seemed to be very aware of his own habits in this game. Like, you can't just rely on knowing those bad habits. You got to sort of play that Yomi game of I know that you know that I know that you know.
Yeah, that's peak mind games.
Mm-hmm. And Game 2 brings us right on back to Stadium, which I do think is a good call in Reflection's path. For whatever it's worth, I do feel like he was playing out the stage a bit better than Zaki. It's a longer stage, and Joker takes such good advantage of that lateral space with the guns, with Ia and Iga, and how a lot of his combos involve restanding constantly, just carrying around with Fair, Bear, or Nair.
Yeah, that gun is definitely coming into more use this game. I don't feel like I saw it too much on that first game. I feel like now we're starting to see a little bit more of it because Mario can definitely blow you up for every hit. And look at that. Now you're at 80%, and you got Arsene on you, and you're still getting beat.
All right, good call on the counter, though. That does at least alleviate some of the pressure, but that's an
is.
Arsene almost gone.
The neutral get-up F smash is really working in this set here. Whoa. Okay.
Ooh.
That was like a weird trade. That's an ultimate trade.
Like, Cape was involved with grappling hook, and then both of them back-aired, and it was just very odd.
I think it might have... who bounced off the stage? Was it Zaphros?
They both did.
They both did, okay.
They bounced at different angles, and Mario's just more well-equipped for that kind of a situation. Because if you're not in that field where grappling hook detects, which is admittedly very generous on Stadium, like, you're just sort of screwed.
Yeah. It's just so weird to see that sometimes. You're just trading with moves, and they hit with each other, and it's like you get one of those situations. Ooh. But this situation is definitely a secured dead Mario here. And here we go again, waiting on that platform, just dwindling down the timer on Arsene. He's just waiting for it. He does not want to interact. I don't blame him. And now
it's like work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. I think definitely the counterplay to Joker might vary different from player to player. And like how the Joker is really using Arsene. If you don't want to approach, you don't have to. And especially if the other Joker is not approaching, you just take all that time you need to just get rid of it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where there's no clear-cut answer, but you do need an answer.
Yeah, there are definitely multiple answers out there. Just which one is the right one depends on the match that you're playing. Ooh, but we got regrabs out here.
I like it. Like, grabbing as an option is so good in this matchup because you don't have to worry about the counters or Rebels Guard whenever those are active.
Yeah, and something you can do also is, I've heard Nairo say this actually, where if they're just not mashing or like if they're not expecting, you can just keep pummeling them and that'll dwindle down the timer on Arsene pretty fast depending on what character you're using. Like for Mario, see those multiple pummels, that took like almost a quarter, I feel like. Oh, okay. I like the idea, though, from Zaki there, just to, like, drop off Nair and try and catch an early reel-in from Reflection, but, you know, Reflection not giving it to him, and now Reflection on the slight lead. Ooh.
He's trying. But like I was saying, that grappling hook, very generous on Stadium.
Good recovery there. There's a little bit of a mix-up there, using the down gun just to stall the fall a little bit and then landing with that fast fall in the air just for coverage. Now we see Reflection kind of just playing Zachy's game against him, honestly, if I'm going to be honest. Like, just camping him out.
This is what he needs to do, and it's... like, we don't often see a passive Reflection. He's usually the one who instigates a lot of interactions.
Yeah, like that.
And that's the fault of being the instigator, is that if you make the wrong call in neutral and get a bit too overzealous, you get popped. But when you're in those situations where you're camping, you have a character who's very good at holding a specific position. And if Zaphros isn't going to approach, you may as well hold your ground.
Yeah, and as we can see here, Zachy getting off the ledge, and we got combos, but that Arsene is coming on live. This is a little bit scary if I'm Zaphros here, because you're almost dead, almost, I feel like sometimes.
If you're at the ledge, even like at this early of a percentage, very realistic to see a Joker stock happen.
Yeah, a little whiffed grab there, and now Zaphros going to try and dwindle this Arsene down with these combos. Reflection just not giving him any attention, just spacing out with the rest of those guns just to get that guaranteed percent.
Like, he's cool with the zoning that's going on right now because he's confident he can get another Arsene when the time is right.
Yeah, if you keep reflecting enough of, or Rebels guarding enough of those fireballs, you might be inclined to get it a lot earlier than their opponent might even think.
And a little too early on the ledge trump.
Arsene almost live. One more hit, that's basically going to be an Arsene, and I don't think any move is going to kill at this percent.
Yeah, no, we need another forward smash call out from Zachy if he wants to try to avoid going to game 3.
But this is game 3 looking more inevitable by the second, and that down smash on the platform looking like a misinput, gun stuck, and Reflection is going to take full advantage of that.
It was, on one hand, I like the idea. The wave land back into down smash to try and cover some option on the plat, smart. But Reflection just did not want to give it to him, and the immediate reaction, just up smash, I like.
Yeah. We're seeing the adaptation coming out from Reflection, and I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised in it because he's using guns more, and he's just trying his best not to get tilted, which I feel like that's his main issue.
Like, I've sat down to play with him for, like, every once in a while. You know I do this. On Tuesdays, I'll sit down with someone to warm them up for bracket, and then I get a good idea of how they play, like, what their mindset is in the game, yada, yada. Like, speaking to Reflection, seeing, like, the issues as a player that he exudes, it's usually the patience. Like, he gets in his own head, and he starts to just want to press forward, just change things, try to make it work, and then when you overextend in this game, that's just curtains. Doesn't matter how good you are with your character and how good your character is. So when we started to see him more and more opting to use guns and AI to try and keep a distance from Zaphros, it's a pretty big commitment to try to camp Zachy. Out of anyone in this building, if you're going to camp Zachy, that's how you know that you really turn the challenge onto the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, but, you know, this might be the ultimate challenge for Reflection to overcome here. I mean, battling his demons with, like, trying to force things to work rather than playing it smart. And, I mean, if he wins this set here, this might be a big win for his mentality. Uh-oh! Good DI there. Okay, he DI'd in on that forward air, making sure he's not getting spiked.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult win nonetheless, because keeping your calm against when Zaphros could just go out the gate with combos like that is difficult. And then even if the one combo isn't dangerous enough, you get locked down at the ledge.
Yeah, getting ledge trapped is extremely frustrating here. A nice F tilt there. Not going to get that multi-parry. And now we got a ledge trap scenario. Okay, good patience there. He's just waiting on that platform, just waiting for Zaphros to approach. Again, unexpected patience, but it's paying off dividends for him as he's just going to keep keeping him at the ledge, keep building percent until it's time to kill.
Like, even without Arsene, Joker doesn't lack kill options. Forward tilt and back air are really good in their own right. So waiting for the kill to come to him eventually is just a good mark of assessing like what you need to do to win.
Okay, I kind of like that up B option in case he like double jumped. It wasn't too hard to hit for that, but now we're getting to that percent where it's like you gotta find an option soon because that up smash from Zaphros is looking really scary. That F tilt finally gonna do it though. Again, great patience, just waiting for the option out of the corner and punishing it with the F tilt. Just really great stuff here from Reflection.
And he's just waiting under the platforms, really smart. You don't have to worry about the fireball pressure, and you find some sort of counter hit when you're below plat.
Yeah, and now, okay, we're seeing this once again, keeping him at ledge. Okay, I like that option, though. I'm not sure if that's 2 frames, but it was good nonetheless.
Yeah, if he just overshot a tiny bit over the ledge, it was curtains. But either way, that's still 67% ahead of him.
Yeah, and now for the first time in the set, we have 2 Arsens and 1 stock from Reflection. And that's just how playing patient really pays off. And especially now, we're seeing Zaphros struggling to find the option here to kill. And once you keep dealing damage to your opponent here, it's usually fine. But as Persona 5 Joker, I mean, you're taking a big risk.
Like, if you needed any further tangible proof of how effective your passive play is, like, look at the lead that you're building up against Zaphros. The lead diminishing a tiny bit from the up smash on reaction from Zaki, but, like, that's still 116 uncontested on these 2 stocks.
Yeah, and what did that up smash kill him at, like, 160, where a lot of stuff probably from Mario would have killed, honestly.
Yeah.
So, like, this is tough. It's looking for Zaphros right now.
Guns accrue a bit more damage, but it does give Zaki the way to get back on stage. He hasn't had an opportunity to, like, dance in neutral, though. That's usually where Zaphros is at his prime. Like, here he's just been spending a ton of time reacting to where Reflection's putting him.
Yeah, I feel like now that that Reflection is really not, like, giving Zaphros the ability to scrap, because Mario can certainly do that extremely well. See Reflection just using those disjoints to his advantage, and Zaphros is looking just a little flaunted here. Like, he's struggling to find ways to really deal with these zoning. 196 though, I mean.
Yeah, he's holding his ground as best as he could.
Oh, he's looking for these options here. Here come the up airs. Good extension there on the platform. Just not going to get that forward air, but I mean, 62%, pretty respectable.
If there's one thing I always try to remind people of, is that you have to respect Zaki when it's Max Rage Mario time. Because few characters in this game really have, like, potent danger behind them with Rage. Rage that Reflection doesn't have to worry about now.
Yeah.
But Mario is very much one of them, and Zaphros has turned, like, 0 to deaths out of nowhere with Max Rage behind him.
Yeah, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibilities, but during this game, it's looking extremely hard for Zaphros to even find conversions sometimes. I mean, that 3-hit combo there, pretty nice, but you're at 102. Now you're really fishing for this kill here.
Like, Reflection is doing such a good job of forcing the approach, and typically we see these bigger combos from Zaphros on reaction. Like, he's the one forcing the approach.
Yeah, and Zaphros, I don't think is really ready to counter that playstyle quite yet, because Arsene, again, is almost online. Here it is now. Okay, good, though, dash attack from Zaphros, getting Joker off stage. Let's see what he can do at this ledge trap.
Simple but effective, reasserting the stage control.
Not going to catch the 2-frame on the dash attack, unfortunately. The up air is still not going to kill. And Reflection seems pretty content just keeping to zone him out and just deal as much percent as he can before he loses the stock.
It worked really well on the first stock. May as well work for the second stock.
Yeah, you can see these guns coming out once again, but this game is a little bit closer. This stock is closer than the first because only 35% now, and now with the stock gone, this is looking more like an even game.
On top of that, Nick, one thing that we finally get a chance to talk on this game, time is a factor.
Yeah.
With 80 seconds left on the clock, there's just not that much wiggle room when it comes to this passive play. Every second matters, and all of a sudden, you know how big of damage these characters can turn out in one interaction. That can mean big when the difference of winning or losing this set comes down to percentages.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the clutch factor here from Zaphros potentially. I mean, the percents are still relatively even. No upbeat, that's going to be no punish from Reflection. And now Zaphros has the lead, and he's just building it ever more with these combos. There's about 50 seconds left on the clock, and Zaphros is going back to his game of just waiting out and trying to bait and punish. But uh-oh, off stage. Yeah, you're dead. If Reflection gets his
air
guard,
dodge.
Oh no! He saved him!
Oh no!
He saved him with the
he
upbeat!
lost because of it!
Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that. I thought Reflection went too low, but the way that he upbeat it so perfectly that Zaphros got hit, and that upbeat does not have enough knockback to spike. Oh, Reflection is devastated right now.